Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hi, everyone. My name is Kiris. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. Astrology is the eternal, indestructible superpower of the cosmos. And if you're looking for the force and freedom to make your own choices in life, to live the life that you want to live, then you've come to the right place. All you have to do is look up and look within. As above, so below. This is our astrology for the week beginning Sunday, August 14th through Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Let's journey with astrology together and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Now, we're starting off Sunday, August 14th, with the sun making an opposition aspect to Saturn. The sun at home in his domicile, his castle, in the sign of Leo, is making a powerful opposition aspect to Saturn at home in his domicile and castle in the sign of Aquarius. Saturn is retrograde. Now, as we're beginning this week, and we have this feeling of sun opposition Saturn, this energy of an obstacle to overcome, some difficulty connected to the father, where that drive for success and achievement with the feeling of, because this is the energy, sun opposition Saturn. Saturn limits, Saturn restricts. The sun is all about our vitality, our life force, our expression. The sun is the soul, your own unique self that you are and what you want to bring out and express and have shining in the light. Well, this feeling here, this energy here of sun opposition Saturn, as we're just moving away from the full moon that we had last week in the sign of Aquarius. Now, we're starting off the week with waning gibbous, meaning now the moon is going to start decreasing in light. It's waning a little bit. And when we are in the time of the month where it's right after, a couple few days after the full moon, then this cycle of the moon, meaning full moon to the fourth quarter moon, that time of the month has to do with harvest time. It connects to the autumn. It connects to the fall, where after that full illumination and culmination, where that full moon accepting the full light of the sun brings in an awareness, something that we see totally. But now we're moving away, obviously, from that exact moment of the full moon. And when this is happening, this is the cycle where we're all looking at what we are harvesting, no matter what time of the year we're in. This full moon to fourth quarter corresponds to reaping what we have sown. It's autumn, it's harvesting. Also, this cycle of the moon after the full moon moment, people that are born in this time of the moon's cycle make great teachers. They want to give back and teach all of the illumination that they've had with the full moon. Now, with the sun opposition Saturn on the 14th, we also have the moon at the ending degrees of Pisces. Before the moon changes signs into Aries, the moon is at the ending degrees of Pisces. Now, the last couple of degrees of the last sign of the zodiac aligns with the fixed star that has to do with feeling overwhelmed. It's too much emotion. And so here it is as we start off the sun's day, Sunday, with feeling that there is just so much that you're trying to overcome. And of course you will. With the moon getting ready to change signs into Aries, but still at the ending degrees of Pisces, overwhelmed. And then that obstacle, because Saturn puts the boundaries, it's lead. It slows things down. Saturn is powerful at home in Aquarius, retrograde, which is even slower. And the sun is in Leo, making that opposition, is saying, come on, I want to express and teach and show all that I've learned, all of the illuminations and epiphanies that took place at the moment of the full moon that we had in the sign of Aquarius. You will get there, of course. But the sun opposition Saturn is everything to do with the relationship that you had with your father, male energy, not the moon, female, the nurturing mother. This is sun opposition Saturn. If you're ambitious and anxious, impatient to accomplish your goals, to achieve, this is Sun Saturn aspects, the conjunction, the square, the opposition. You will get there, but you've got to sort things through emotionally first. Remember, the moon is at the ending degrees of Pisces. That's feeling overwhelmed with emotion. So release the emotions, process the emotions first, and then get very clear about the obstacles that you feel you have to overcome. Also remember, with Saturn, yes, Saturn makes us do the work. Saturn never has been, never will be an easy planet. Saturn is the taskmaster. It says, do the work. You reap what you sow. It's not going to be easy. And anything worth doing and having isn't going to be easy. There's work to be done. So this Sun opposition Saturn is taking a look at and feeling into just how much work it's going to take, which means a mastery over yourself. When we do something, but we don't feel like it, we do it anyway. It's discipline. It's getting done what needs to be done. That is overcoming a lot of different things. Laziness, procrastination, I don't feel like it, all of the above, and then some. So first process the emotions, then take a look at what is it going to take to achieve the success that you greatly desire. This is the Sun Saturn aspects, and you will get there. Later on in the day, we have the moon entering the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. So the moon in Aries, yes, can be impatient. Aries is, let's get this started already. And also Aries is the excitement, the joy, the fire of moving forward with your plans and just having so much to express and trailblaze and moving forward. So this is how we're starting off the week. Take it in stages, take it in energetic stages. There's only so many hours and so much energy in one 24-hour period. So take the stage of what emotions do I have to process? Then what am I realistically looking at? Saturn. What am I realistically looking at as far as what is it going to take to accomplish the goal? And of course, you can get there. Then the moon moves into trailblazing, newborn baby, first sign of the zodiac, Aries, which is when that fire, that excitement, that enthusiasm comes back. and then we move forward in the week. And when we start off on Monday, August 15th, we have now the moon in Aries making a conjunction to Jupiter in Aries. So this is the moon which wants and has great desire and a big appetite. Moon in Aries having this huge appetite because it's making a conjunction to Jupiter, biggest planet in the solar system, and it's in Aries. So this is great desire for something new. Also, it has a lot to do with your persona, your image, your look. Because Aries is the image, it's rules over the hair and the head. And also Aries is connected to fashion. So you may find yourself wanting to embrace a new look, a new image for the goal, that task that you're overcoming, that you're working towards. And there's so much to teach and share as we're in this quarter, this cycle of the moon, full moon to fourth quarter, when we want to teach and give back the illumination, which has to do with the individuality, the sense of everyone being together, connected, yet unique and individual, both at the same time. The full moon was in Aquarius, which is be you, be different, embrace what it is. That is the one of a kind you. And so we're moving forward with that full moon light and spotlight towards a greater sense of sharing and expressing what is about only you, unique to you, what's individual. Because we're looking at the Aquarius factor that we had with the full moon, that's also a sense of how you want to bring this into the future, because Aquarius is about the future. And Aquarius is also the rebel, the decision to go your own way, to rebel against what has always been done, the way it's always been. And now you're getting a reality check about what that is going to take. And we're starting off the week with a great desire, a great passion and fire. This is the moon in Aries, cardinal fire Aries, which is to lead and initiate something new, making that conjunction to way over the top Jupiter in Aries. So this gives a lot of courage, a lot of desire, but also a lot of bravery and courage. When we move into August 16th, which is Tuesday, we have the moon in Aries making a gorgeous fire trine flow to the sun in Leo. So we're looking at the inner and the outer. The moon is within, the sun is without. And this is the element of fire. So when those two luminaries, sun and moon, they're in harmony, it's the element of fire. This is total expression and happiness. Fire is a lot about the sense of joy and play and enjoying your life, which is what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to have fun and enjoy our lives. And so that moon in Aries making that fire trine flow to Leo, that's like feeling like a big kid. You're having fun with it. You've lightened up in the sense of we've gotten past that sun opposition Saturn to start off the week. Now it's a sense of adventure with the moon trine the sun and fire. It's a sense of let's play with this. Let's just be spontaneous. Fire is very spontaneous, and see where this adventure takes us. Later on Tuesday, August 16th, the moon moves into her exaltation. The moon moves into fixed Earth Taurus, ruled by Venus, which is the moon's exaltation placement. So this is the exalted position of wanting to build something and have something, because the moon is about acquisition. It's acquiring. It's wanting what's going to bring us contentment and a feeling of happiness in life. And the moon exalted in Taurus is the great desire for love and relationship. Taurus is ruled by Venus. And with this moon exalted in Taurus, the moon on August 17th, happy solar return, Mona. Many more. All the best to you. And thank you so much. Happy birthday, Mona Marlowe. She's fantastic. Check out her YouTube channel sometime. She's an expert on all of the golden age, vintage Hollywood goddesses, and so much more. I love her so much. Happy birthday, Mona. Anyway, now we have the moon exalted in Taurus, making a square aspect to Venus in Leo. And so when we look at a square involving Venus, then that can be a pleasant surprise. It's not a hard square. It's not a hard aspect. It's soft. It's involving Venus. And so this can be the action, because it's a square. It's a 90-degree angle, which means we're going to do something about it. Moon exalted in Taurus, ruled by Venus, making a square to its ruler, Venus, now in Leo. This is the action as far as taking a chance on love, which of course can be scary. Taking a chance on love, but this is what the moon exalted in Taurus wants, and it is aspecting Venus in heart-centered Leo. So it's about the bravery to love and take a chance on love. When we get to August 18th, now we are at the cross quarter point. We are now moving into fourth quarter moon at 26 degrees Taurus. And that aligns with a fixed star having to do with betrayal and who to trust and who really loves you and who do you really love. This is fourth quarter as we now move towards the new moon. So as we're not quite closing out the week yet, but we did cross over that fourth quarter point on a fixed star, having to do with who is really true. Now, Taurus, fixed Earth Taurus, is true. They are there for you. Taurus is not a fair weather friend. If you have a friend or a love that is Taurus, when they make a commitment, they take their time getting to the vow, getting to the commitment, being all in. But once Taurus is all in, they see it through, they endure, they see it through to the end. And so as we cross over this fourth quarter point, and we're looking at who is really true in your life, who is not, because again, we just had this great desire and willingness to take action when it comes to love. And so we're moving now from the fourth quarter to new moon. And the moon exalted in Taurus will make an earth trine flow to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, the moon and Pluto, this is about going really digging deep, excavating, pulling up all of the things, the gold, also the things that need to be released when it comes to love and the blocks towards love but also the pure, incorruptible substance, the gold of love. So you're really looking, we all are, we're looking really intensely as we start off this fourth quarter moon phase about where is the love? What is true love? Who is love in the sense of someone you can count on? They're enduring, they're there for you, just like Taurus, as we move into this fourth quarter phase. Now, on Friday, we will have the moon move into mutable air Gemini. It's a lighter element. It's moving from earth to air, which is lighter, but also the moon in Gemini is the desire to make changes. Mutable air, that basically means it's time for change. It's also time for change when it comes to a mindset, an attitude, also the way we communicate, because that is the element of air. So now that you've started off the fourth quarter, looking very deeply at what is true love, who is true love in my life, where do I seek it out? How do I find it? Because this is what the moon exalted in Taurus really wants. Then we have the moon in Gemini saying, be open-minded, look in different places. It's time for change, new communications. That willingness to be open and spontaneous, which is certainly connected to the sign of Gemini. Also, the moon in Gemini is feeling like a student, a tourist, in the sense of exploring, discovering, asking questions. Also, Gemini is connected to your immediate environment, the neighborhood you live in. So if you've never gone to local places, restaurants, things going on right around you, then start exploring. That could be where you find the love of your life. And there's just so much to learn. Also, with the moon in Gemini, wanting something new, wanting change, wherever you live, you can go on an adventure. Pick a place you've never been to before and look at it as a new adventure, something new that you're discovering right around where you live. When we close out the week, we have a major planetary energy change. We have Mars leaving his detriment. Mars in Taurus is in exile. It's detriment. And now Mars on August 20th is moving into mutable air Gemini. So Mars being the great desire to get things done, to take action, to cut things away as well. This is also what Mars does. Mars moving into Gemini is a great action, a great force, because we're looking at Mars using this energy now back from exile to communicate, to learn, also to break away from certain people in your life where the way they communicate, the things they say to you, the way they talk to you. And I can think of one perfect real life example that's happening now with a client of mine that has finally said enough is enough with the way one of her clients has spoken to her for years. And she feels so much freer, lighter, happier. And this is the Mars in Gemini. It's one of the components to the energy of Mars in Gemini. Saying goodbye, cutting away Mars, cutting something away, which is positive, that frees you. Someone in your life not communicating or speaking to you correctly. It's time to cut that away now. And the energy, like Gemini, will just be so freeing in the sense of watch the magic that happens in your life when you let go of things that have been not only bringing you down, but have been holding you back. Then the moon in Gemini will make a lovely sextile to Venus, which is love, in Leo, which rules over the heart. So the week ends off with saying goodbye, releasing certain things that free you for greater expansion of consciousness and love. So I love this Mars going into Gemini now and finally leaving its detriment, its exile, in fixed Earth Taurus, where it could have felt stuck. Like, why aren't things moving? Now they are, because the mutables are all about the movement, the flow, and the flow of communication when we look at the sign of Gemini, and the movement having to do with making changes that need to be made. And then the moon, of course, makes that sextile to Venus in Leo, so romantic. So time to bring in the love. Whereas the beginning of the week, we're looking at the obstacle. What's it going to take? Sun opposition Saturn, and the emotions are overwhelming. But then it gets smoother as the week moves on. And then we close out, or start to close out, the week with Mars coming back in strong communication energies. So this is our week with our cosmic superpower as we move into fourth quarter moon. And again, that point right after the full moon, that's teaching and sharing and harvesting and just wanting to give back and share all of the knowledge and light and illumination that we had with the full moon Aquarius, which is about individuality, being unique, doing your own thing, and being the one of a kind you that you are, and finally saying no, rebelling, Aquarius, enough is enough, and moving forward in your life. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. I will see you all in the stars, and have a fabulous week, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.